Hello everyone, welcome to the share. Today I'm going to discuss about the basic concept of genetics and some important terms that were used in genetics. So let's start a very beginning with what is genetics. Genetics it is the branch of biology which deals with the study of heredity and variations. So genetics generally it is used to explore what are the different features, characteristic feature which inherit from parent to offspring, how they get inherit, and what are the degree of difference. That's we deal in the genetics. So before starting the principle of genetics, I would like to explain regarding the basic terminology which is used in the genetics. So let's start. Let's start. What is life? The very beginning. What is life? Life is the time interval between the death of birth to the death of death. So this is the time interval. This time interval is called the life. And you may define that life is the property of a living organism that distinguishes from non-living things, right? You know that organism that have life, the non-organism like any matters or any molecules that don't have life, so that discrete from living to non-living things. The second terminology is the heredity, that I had told to you. What is heredity? Heredity is the process of transmission of a character of parent to offspring is known as a heredity, right? So that is, if there is any transmission of a character, how they transmit from parent to progeny, so the whole phenomena is known as the heredity. And what is variation? Variation is the degree of a difference, right? So whatever the character which is not exactly copy to the offsprings, right? So there is a little bit degree of differences you should find in the progeny. This is known as the variations. And next terminology include what is gene. Gene is the unit of heredity. Character are transmitted from parent to progeny, but ultimate information it is present in the gene. That is why gene is the unit of heredity. And you can also define at a molecular level, that is gene is the functional segment of DNA that could code a functional polypeptide, right? Then what is chromosome? Chromosome is the hereditary vehicles on which the characters are transmitted from parent to progeny, right? So chromosomes are the like the color bodies. When you stain it become colored, so that's why it's called chromosomes. So it is the hereditary vehicles composed of nucleoproteins, that is nucleic acid and histone proteins in eukaryotic cells. What is gametes? Another term, what is gamete? So gametes are the haploid cells, right, for the sexual fusions. It may be a sperm or it may be an ovum. So this is called the gametes. Now what is cross? Cross is the mixing of two individuals. This is called a cross. Let's say a sperm that fuse with it is an ovum. This is called a cross. And what is fertilization? So fertilization is the process of fusion of two gametes. It's a process. Fertilization is a kind of process, right? And you may find the difference. Cross is the mixing, and here fertilization is the fusion of both male and female gametes. Let's move further. And what is the offspring and progeny? Offspring or progeny, it is it is the product of reproduction, right? So after reproduction many childs or many progeny are formed. See, this product is known as the in the term of genetics they are known as the offsprings or progeny. Then move further. What is allele? Allele, it is the form of a gene or it is the version of a gene, right? Let's say I a gene. So what are the different version could be a gene, right? So the versions are like capital I small I or small I, capital I, small I. These are the different versions, right? So then what is locus? So locus it is the position of allele on a chromosome, right? Let's say X chromosome. So in X chromosome, where is my allele A, right? So this is the position of a allele on a chromosome. This position is called the locus. You may call that is the home of a allele on a chromosome. Let's Next is the homozygous. What is homozygous? Homo meaning similar, right? Zygous here meaning the alleles. If the individual have identical allele, they are known as the homozygous. For example, I gene or A gene, right? If A gene and the allele could be capital A or small a, right? This is called homozygote conditions. Let's Next is the heterozygote. Hetero meaning different, zygote meaning allele. So individual, if they possess different kind of allele or dissimilar allele, they are called the heterozygote, right? And it is clear that whatever are homozygous or heterozygous, the allele they are said to be are in a common locus or in a single locus. Then what is homologous? Homologous is a discrete term from the homozygous. Logos term is used for the chromosomes, right? Homologous meaning the similar chromosome. They're structurally similar. Their centromere position similar. Their arms similar. So these are called homologous, right? And then what is haploid? Haploid is the cell which have a single set of chromosomes. For example, in human cell have a 46 set of chromosomes, 46 number of chromosome. If the cell undergoing the meiosis, it form haploid set of chromosomes or haploid set of a chromosome, that is the N, that is 23. What is diploid? Diploid meaning a cell that possesses two set of chromosomes, right? One set from the maternal side and another set from the paternal sides. And what is a polyploidy? Let's imagine your cell have a more than two sets of cells of two sets of chromosomes. So in this case, we use the term is called a polyploidy. Poly meaning many, ploid meaning change in the chromosomes. So that is many chromosome sets are present in the cells. Then the next term is the generation. What is generation? The generation meaning the individuals that are in a same age, right? Let's say the progeny, all are progeny, they are in the age of 10, or we may say that the young generation, so they all are in the 25 to 35. So these are called as generations. So generation. So in genetics we used the different generation terminology like P generation meaning parental generation, F1 generation, F2 generation, F3 generation, so on. So P generation meaning the generation that show the parental age, that is the parental generations, right? And F1 generation is the first filial generation. It is the first offsprings that produced by the reproduction is called the F1 generations. And the second is the F2 generation meaning second filial generations, or the offspring that are produced from the F1 parents are called the F1 generations. Then one of the important next term is the trait and characters. So character is a general feature of a organisms, right? Whatever you're doing is work or the behaviors like they're known as the characters. If the specific manifestations of that characters, they're called traits. I'm taking an examples like skin color is a character, right? If you pick out a particular color, or if you see the particular skin color or pigmentation, so like for example black or white or medium, so these are called the manifestations, they are called the traits. Okay, so in Mendelian concept the stem height is the character, right? Tall, dwarf, hybrid, these are the traits. Then the next term is the genotype and the phenotype. So genotype the genetic makeup of a living organism, right? Let's say the capital A, capital A, capital T, capital T, small a, small a, small t, small t. This is the genetic makeup, right? And a phenotype, whatever it appear in morphologically, these are called the phenotypes. Let's say the organism have the capital A allele. So due to the presence of this capital allele, so organism should be tall, or organism should be have a dominant character. These are called the phenotypes, morphological appearance of a character. So our further lecture will be discuss about the next concepts, principle of inheritance. So I would like to conclude here that we have discussed what is genetics, what is the different terminology that we are used in the field of genetics. So in the next lecture, I would like to discuss, or I will be discussing regarding the principle of genetics. Thank you.